Hello, friends of the runtime type.
Welcome. Glad you could join us.
Oh, I should probably. That's right. I gotta grab the. Whatever it's called, the chat box. There's gotta be an easier way to do that. YouTube. Gotta go to the YouTubes. The
What
YouTubes.
What do you mean by chat box?
The pop out chat from the video. You. I gotta click on you. And why is this so difficult? I'm so old, I don't know what I'm doing. Why can't I see my own videos?
That's weird. Life is all about.
You'd think it'd be like just there, like, hey, I'm live now. Maybe you want to see your live stuff. Nope.
Oh yeah, like a preview. Make sure everything's good.
Okay, I'm still searching for it. There's gotta be an easier way. I'm so bad at this. Content. Surely it's in my that's right, I gotta press live because a live isn't a video, you know.
Oh, we're not live, or we are live, right?
No, we're live. But a live isn't a video, so my video tabs is empty.
Got it.
But
Got it.
so I think I gotta click on my video link, and then I gotta do pop out chat. Yeah, there's gotta be a better way. Then I can close that. All right. Now I got chat up in my other window in case the gods send people our way.
The prophet.
The all-knowing Google algorithm. Oh man, we shouldn't talk about it much. Shouldn't get too political, but see the debate.
I saw afterwards. I actually saw some of the there was a concurrent alternative debate with the RFK Jr.
Oh, interesting. Well, who else was debating in that? Was it just him?
Oh well, so basically, John Stossel he hosted an alternative debate concurrently with and so when someone on CNN would ask the question, you know how like the candidates would like say stuff,
yeah,
and then he got a chance to say stuff as well.
I like that.
It's kind of it's very deceiving how this whole process is like totally chosen for us and not actually like I'm not saying I'm gonna like I support RFK Jr. I'm just saying like
but you support other people being able to participate for sure.
You definitely didn't choose the 81-year-old. You definitely didn't choose the, I think, 77-year-old.
Yeah, anybody listening to us, which is 0 people, but if you were listening to us, then I bet you would agree that that other people should be allowed to participate.
Yeah, that'll be truly, I guess, more of a democratic process, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very democratic if it's like, I mean, it's not that far away from, you can vote for the dictator. That's your choice.
Dictator A or dictator B.
Now you can choose between A and B.
There's no other. I saw some of it, yeah.
Yeah, just, oh boy.
It was honestly not informative at all.
Yeah.
I remember watching like, because I used to watch the previous debates as well, and I listened to
Hey bro, you're showing a lot of neck there, not any mouth.
Oh man, let me adjust this.
Adjust that. There we go. Now I can see your mouth. Oh, now you're showing your holes, buddy. Don't show your holes.
No, that's it's X-rated, 19
Ooh,
plus.
ooh.
19
Ooh,
plus.
we should start an only chins. Only chins.
That's hilarious. Only chins.
How would you feel in 10 years if somehow some path we took landed us to make a platform where you only stream your chin and we have like 100 creators doing chin content? Like what
That'll
the?
be that'd be bizarre.
That'd be so stupid.
That'd be so bizarre.
It's
You
so
know,
stupid
I
that we're doing it, but it'd be so much more stupid if we got a bunch of
is
other people doing it.
is there such a thing? Like I've heard of like, like the foot fetish and what else?
Ooh, a chin
Is
fetish, right?
is there a chin fetish? Let's look
Well,
at this. Let's look this up.
oh no, is that a good
There's a
idea to look up?
hand there's something called a hand fetish. What?
I'm
Oh, we
not
don't care about
surprised.
hands. We don't care about hands.
No, we definitely don't.
Hand.
But I understand. A hand can be nice and tell a lot about a person.
I mean, doesn't seem like
Such thing as a chin fetish? Question mark. Oh, we should be asking AI, right?
oh yeah, co-pilots.
Although
I guess
they
restricted being.
don't like you talking about sexual stuff, right? Although
Hmm,
we're probably not supposed to talk about sexual stuff in the first 10 minutes of our stream. We're gonna get
that's true.
demonetized.
There's nothing. It's all platonic. Platonic chins.
Yeah.
uh,
The
or
first the
chins.
first the first search term or first search headline I got is I have obscure sexual fetishes such as rhytophilia and attraction to facial wrinkles.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's
Specifically
that's.
to wrinkles
Hmm.
or the wrinkles signify an age that you're obsessed with. Like that doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess no judgments here, guys. I mean, we're just a couple of chins.
What I'm looking at is So I typed in are chins attractive, and what I see is like things about like the jawline and
Oh yeah,
the
that's a
the
thing. Like you see all those like girls on, or it's usually girls. I mean, would draw their jawline with their finger, and they have some stupid song that goes along with it or something like that.
draw their. What did you say? Draw their
Like with their
jawline with their
finger,
finger.
yeah, like they like they put their finger along their jawline like to like accentuate it. Like they show it to the camera and go, "Woo, my
You
jawline."
mean
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this?
exactly. Yeah.
Is this stimulating? What am I doing?
and
Sorry,
then and then
sorry.
and then there's always like the turtlenecked friend that does it, and it's just like, oh, that's sad. That's don't do that.
Aw, aw.
Sclerophilia, a fetish involving ingesting. Oh, I don't know if this is stream appropriate. Ingesting someone's sweat or saliva.
That's
Also no or oh, okay.
that reminds me of what was that?
I got stuff
Boondocks.
in my teeth. I wonder if that's a fetish.
Ooh, like food.
Yeah, like not food. You know how the food turns into
Yeah.
like a white gunk. Sorry, chat. Let me
Yeah,
find
yeah,
a.
yeah,
I found a
yeah,
piece
yeah.
of floss. Anyway, sorry. What were you saying?
That's huh. Maybe maybe it's therapeutic, like ASMR flossing.
Oh yeah. Or like the pimple popping.
Have you seen that? Like people want to be there's like I think there's a subreddit on that or pimple popping. Like
I keep
people
flipping the piece of floss upside down because since my face is upside down, I'm like, which? Oh god, which way? It's
there is a
confusing.
there is a subreddit on here.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to the subreddit, but like people watch videos of like you said, I don't know if it's therapeutic, but it's like maybe like
Yeah,
disgustingly
I know a
therapeutic.
couple people that we know
They
that
watch
like
this
that.
kind of stuff.
Yeah.
They like it. Actually, I'm watching it right now, and I do kind of feel I can kind of understand it. It's like one of those things where it's like
You're
you
like,
can't stop
ew, they like
watching.
that stuff. Oh, how about that?
It's not that. I mean, like it's
I
more
know.
of like, oh, I can't stop watching. I can't stop watching.
Train wreck.
Oh, it's oh, interesting. This thing popped up. Mature content. Popping pimples is apparently mature.
That's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, I always hate stuff like that. Like somehow, I don't know. Somehow the most like mundane stuff is mature content. Pimp. I mean, I guess pimple popping if there's blood and there's maybe slightly. I don't know. Blood shouldn't be mature. I feel like
There
that's why.
is.
I feel like that's why like first world people are so squeamish. Like in the third world, like you slaughter a goat, your 2 year olds right there, and they grow
Yeah,
up
yeah,
like that's not it's just part of life. Doesn't affect me at all.
yeah.
Which I think has its ups and downs. I definitely I try to show my children things that are like not I never show at this age. I don't show any violence, like where, or I try not to. I try not to show where people are like specifically hurting things or hurting other people for no reason. But I try to like show some mild, like animal on animal stuff with a little bit of blood because I don't want him to. He is a little whatever of blood, so
I see. I
I feel
see.
like you gotta have some exposure.
Ease into like natural reality.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we watch a lot of documentaries.
That's
Good,
that's
good educational stuff. I
that's good,
think
man.
at the moment he
Good
only
dad.
watches like two cartoons, three no, three cartoons now.
That's good, man. What cartoons?
Started out the first one he watched was Bluey. You heard
Bluey
of that one?
is. That's awesome, man. Bluey is. I learn a lot of stuff from Bluey. Bluey is so educational for I think even parents.
I mostly just like it because it's if you watch any of the like toddler stuff, like it's always
Yeah,
the dialogue is so like, hey, we gotta do this, guys. Really?
Ye-
Okay. Like it's
guys.
like I feel like if people talked like that, just whatever, they'd be like uh mentally deficient, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But Bluey actually like talks like a family, like the kids talk like kids would actually talk, the parents talk like parents would actually talk.
Yeah,
I just hate that
even Australian
stilted
accent.
dialogue. Yeah, that's true. And then Tumbleleaf, because I got an Amazon Prime subscription. It's a Amazon original.
Jamazon,
It's
Jamazon,
pretty good.
Chinazon.
It's a little silly,
Uh
but
huh.
it's kind of it's a little fantastic. But they try to like they go over something like, oh, something about rain, like how rainbow. Oh, look, this thing makes rainbows. Hey, let's try to like it's like about figuring stuff out. That's his like.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so late. Like I kind of enjoy watching Bluey. Like oh, there's some jokes in there for the parents, so it's decently enjoyable to watch. Tumbleleaf, I don't watch at all. He'll sit there and watch that by himself because it's
Yeah,
too
yeah.
too kiddie for me. It's at least not like trashy. Like I don't know, I can't think like I don't know. Did you get sucked into Paw Patrol?
I did not watch it. I think for us, I don't think Bluey existed when my
Yeah, maybe not.
when my kid was born. So, but we did watch a lot of Dora
Yeah. Soy un
and
Dora.
yeah, Dora's is Dora and Tumbleleaf kind of like Dora because you mentioned
Yeah, yeah. It's
like
yeah. It's Dora. It's kind of like Dora.
it's kind
I really like the art style. It's all
of yeah
claymation.
uh 3D claymation. I'm assuming like animated, not
I
necessarily
actually don't
like
think so. I was really surprised. Let me look that up.
you mean
Let
like
me
they like make the positions and like take a
is
picture or something like that.
I think so. Is Tumbleleaf real claymation? I think it is. Da, da, da. Yeah, it says it's stop motion.
Oh, crazy! That's
I know. When I saw that, I was like, nothing does like only Leica Studios does stop motion anymore. Like everyone else, if they want that style, they're gonna do it in 3D. But I looked it up and I was like, wait, a streaming TV series actually did full stop motion as, and it's good qual. It's really good quality. I don't know what studio does it, but so art wise, I actually really like it.
that's
Content
cool, man.
wise and how they talk, oh god, it's the lamest kid crap. Oh, I can't stand it. But it's it's not. It's at least not like I don't know. I just try to keep him away from violent stuff at the moment. I want him to have a good foundation in like non-violent conflict resolution, and then when he's like 5 or 6, we'll start getting a little more violent.
That makes sense. I think Bluey, you're right. Bluey is like a really good like I actually learned a lot from Bluey, like how like Bluey's parents are so uh they like play well, they like the way they teach, and like it's like they're patient parents.
Yeah. Now I do think they go overboard. Like they especially Bandit. Like he is too permissive. Like when it's like, oh, I'm putting my health at risk here, but it's all for the bit or all for the play or whatever. And it's like,
Yeah, yeah,
dude, come on. Or like the kids are doing something really questionable and like he just gives in. So
yeah.
he's a little too far, but you know. But yeah, it's interesting to see
I
like
get you.
other ways families might do something.
Yeah.
And then this the third one he just started watching was Amphibia. It's a Disney something or other.
Hmm. Never heard of that.
It's kind of like, do you know Adventure Time?
I know Adventure Time.
It's kind of like Adventure Time, but it's like they're it's like some Thai girl gets sucked into a frog world, like gets shrunk down and put into a weird frog kingdom, and so it's like it's kind of like Adventure Time, a little less like Adventure Time is almost always violence everywhere. but
Yeah.
uh for this it's normally like an insect is attacking them or something and they're resolving it, and usually there's not violence. Every once in a while we kind of like, oh, it's a little bit violent, I wouldn't have done that, but oh well.
Interesting.
But
My
it's not bad.
my daughter really liked I think it's called butterfly. Is it a butterfly? Have
But
I think you might have heard of it.
yeah, but
Star Butterfly.
star
I
butterfly.
forgot what the show was called. Star Butterfly. Star versus the Forces of Evil. Dang.
Is that the one with the dinosaur?
Uh,
No, maybe not. Oh, it
actually,
looks kind of like that. What is the one I'm thinking of?
I don't know if there's a dinosaur, but
Well, versus
dang,
the
she
forces
watched.
of evil sounds a little violent.
It's actually, is it violent?
I don't know.
I watched like I think I pretty much watched the whole thing a couple times because my daughter was so like she definitely watched it a couple times. Yeah, I don't know. I liked it though. It's weird. I liked it.
I wonder. It really reminds me of. Have you seen Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur?
I did. But that's like a more kid version, I think.
Oh,
This is a
a kid.
Marvel. This is a Marvel show,
Wait, what
I
is?
think. Is it? Let me just double check.
Which one?
Yeah, I saw this one. I saw this one.
Oh, yeah.
This.
The
It,
I haven't seen either of them, but it reminded me of that for some
oh yeah,
reason.
this is a Marvel thing. Yeah, this is a Marvel thing.
Wait, is the Star versus the Forces of Evil a Marvel thing?
No, I don't
Oh,
think
okay,
that's
okay.
Marvel.
Oh, okay. The Moon Girl one is. I see. He does like T Rexes, but we
And he
also.
talks to.
I mean, I know I'm like, you never know how any of this stuff is gonna shake out, but at the moment we're steering clear of like the clear bad guy, like the well, like the forces of evil. uh, I have a theory. I have a theory
What's your
that
theory?
like I don't think it's good like the Disney movies where there's like, here's the bad guy. This bad guy's the bad guy, and they're really bad, and we have to fight the bad guys. Because I
There's no
feel
like
like,
exposition and like things
yeah,
are gray. He has a reason.
exactly. Like, I think it's totally unrealistic, and I feel like it has set up a whole generation to like villainize the other side type thing. And I mean, that's where our country is right now. Like, that person doesn't agree with me. They're evil.
I saw a chart where it's like the in group versus the out group versus that is not the right way to think about it, but like in group, out group, and then there's a separate section of both the in group and out group that actually does bad things.
Hmm.
But anyways, not
Yeah.
kind of related, but not related. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. Well, yeah, just like, oh, this person or this politician or whoever, they're gonna say, oh, Obama's murdering your grandma, or whatever. Like, just any politician, these days it's just like they're the culmination of all evil, and it's so
Yeah.
unhealthy.
Do you remember when I mean, this is probably still the case, but do you remember when Obama was a Muslim?
Do you remember?
do,
Do
you,
you remember when he was?
do you remember when he was actually born from Kenya?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that what like got Trump into running in the race or something? Or
Yeah,
that got him
he still
that was his first like big political whatever.
yeah, I think he started the birther,
Birther
was it
movement.
birth truther?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
birther.
Birther and truther, those are both things. Yeah.
Oh,
Wild
look what it got
times.
him. It worked. It worked.
Yeah. Son, learn something here. That works. If you berate someone and spread lies about them, you can become the president one day too.
That's so true. That is so true, and that is the case still. That is the case still.
That's a true politician right there.
You know what you know what I realized though? If Trump does win, he's gonna do a feat that like non-consecutive
Oh, yeah.
was it
No,
term presidents, like that's very rare.
yeah. Isn't it that like there's only been like has there been is like two or something? I can't
And
remember.
let me just
Definitely,
check.
I don't think any have happened in the last 100 years.
Has there ever been
Any?
first Grover Cleveland? It says
So
Grover Cleveland, but did he actually win, or did he in? You know, I thought he was a VP or something. Let me see.
list of non-consecutive presidents.
Presidential first term. So he did. I guess he did win presidency of 22nd
Oh, yeah,
president.
so it says he's the only president to serve non-consecutive terms. So
And he didn't inherit it, right? He like he wasn't like vice president and then inherited it the first time, right? Let me see. Oh yeah, okay. So he actually won.
also known as Big Steve and Uncle Jumbo. Our president, Uncle Jumbo.
He'll be joining an elite club, very elite, because everyone remembers Grover Cleveland.
That's true. I'm sure everyone's going to remember Trump. I'm sure everyone's going to remember just this time where it's like, man, remember when we used to have presidents that were over 50?
Yeah, that's
Now with climate change, all the old people die. So we don't have anybody over 50 now. I don't know.
that was a crazy thing too. I saw things on like I think it was like last week was like India went over like 50 degrees Celsius.
Oof, yeah, India gets some really hot places, and they ain't got no air condition.
It's crazy. Like I've never seen that kind of temperature before. Like it was on the news talking about how
I know that's
it reached
halfway. That's halfway to boiling.
it was 52 degrees Celsius
I
in
don't
India
even know
like a few days ago.
because what's the body temperature? It's 37. Like how do you make up that much difference with perspiration and stuff? I don't think you
Yeah,
can.
there's a temperature. I forgot what it's called, but
Oh
if
yeah, I
it
know what you mean.
like
Yeah,
your
yeah, if you cross
perspiration
it, you
can't
just
cool
can't.
you.
Yeah, then like a fan is just gonna warm you up faster and kill you.
It's like it's I don't
I know
remember the
exactly
exact
what you mean.
number.
I know exactly what you're talking about, and the words like not on the tip of my tongue, a little further back on the tongue, but
It's like 30. It's like 30 something degrees Celsius. Like once it reaches that threshold, you
Yeah,
gotta
like
go. You
within an
gotta.
hour, you're gonna
Yeah,
start
yeah,
shutting
yeah,
down organs and stuff.
yeah. But it was in the 50s. 52, I believe, is what I saw in the news headlines. And
This says 35 degrees at 100% humidity, which makes sense. And then
does it have a term for that?
uh,
I remember reading the term. There's definitely a term, I think.
no, I know. I mean,
Wet bulb.
well,
Wet bulb.
wet bulb is like the temperature
Okay.
at 100% humidity.
Okay.
But
I guess
yeah,
that's not it.
I can't remember. Hey, chat, tell us what that word is. That'll be the day.
In the UK too, I saw news on UK, like, and then people were talking about it online. Like, so like UK, some guy was saying like UK is actually like closer to like middle of Canada. But due to the currents, it doesn't get as cold. But
Oh yeah,
because
the northwest or the Atlantic, whatever current, Mexico, New Mexico, Gulf of Mexico to northern.
so
weather.
like they're saying people from UK are saying like it's always cool. It's always cool to kind of cold. Actually, it's always cool to cold, and it's always humid as well. And then they're saying
Yeah,
like
it's always
all their
rainy.
infrastructure, yeah,
I was
all
built
their
for
infrastructure, yeah. So they're like every house is built to keep heat in, and like even their windows aren't meant like it's so that keep the rainwater out and keep all the heat in, and no one has an air conditioner is what they're saying. And so since like last year so many people died, it was on the news, like I think it said like UK deaths from heat waves.
Dang, yeah. I think
And then they're
southern
like,
France is another one that like along the Mediterranean there got like really hot last summer.
yeah. And they're someone was saying like their energy infrastructure as well, they didn't build any like cooling systems because they didn't have a need to until like recently.
Yep.
So like, yeah, they're just in a bad position right now. That's what they're saying online.
Ooh, when was this? Wow. When was this?
What you looking at, dog?
This is 2019. Hottest day in French history in 2019. 46 degrees Celsius.
Oh my
Ooh, boy.
gosh, I've never heard of what is 46 degrees Celsius in. Let's see, 46
Freaking hot.
C to F.
115.
Oh my goodness.
Ooh, and I
Oh
guarantee
my
you it's
goodness.
not zero. If it was 0% humidity, you could just mist yourself and it would like be like, ooh, it's so cool. But
You're right.
oh,
You're so right.
cool. Oh yeah.
Yee.
Wee wee. Ooh. Uh-oh.
Oh my goodness.
You're doxxed now, buddy. Only one country makes that sound.
That's crazy, man.
Only one country makes that sound. You're clearly in the Democratic Congo Republic. That's a damn whooping ape right there. Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, crazy, man. It's hot here too, man. Was it hot here? What hot there? Like, I don't know. Like, I think it was a few days ago. A few days ago to like.
A few days ago, it got up to
yeah.
like 33, 34, 33 maybe.
It was like 32 yesterday for us, I think. Which isn't.
It rained over here, so it actually got down to like 28 or something.
I see.
But yeah, this week has been around 29 to 33 every day.
I see. I don't know what it is, but like even like 32-degree weather, just going outside here, maybe it's because it's so concrete. It's like urban.
Yeah.
It's like it feels super hot. It feels like feels like someone's shining like a heater on my face, like as I'm walking.
Yeah, the asphalt is just also radiating heat.
Yeah, like it was 32 the other day, but it didn't feel like 32. It really felt like someone was like shining a heater on me as I was walking through the city.
Yeah, and I'm get like I feel like as I'm getting I don't know if as I'm getting older I don't know if it's because it does feel like each no it doesn't feel like it. I'm like when you look at the temperatures it does almost seem like it's getting hotter each summer. I don't know, maybe maybe I'm a conspiracy theorist.
You're a conspiracy theorist. It's okay,
So,
we're all
like
conspiracy theorists.
well like every year it feels like the weather gets like more and more variable. Like oh winter was really long this year. Oh spring, where the hell was spring? And like it's like getting more unpredictable. But but as I'm getting older, I feel like balancing the electrolytes is getting harder. I'm like sucking down lemon, sour lemon stuff, and
Oh, really? That's what you do?
I mean, I drink whatever. Like I feel like I get the thirst, like the unquenchable thirst. I get that more often. I feel like
I see. Hmm. I think I know how you feel.
where if you just drink plain water, you're not gonna quench that thirst.
But you drink enough, right? Like I drink a lot
Oh, I
throughout the
drink.
day.
Oh, I drink a ton. Yeah. I mean, during summer, I typically drink a liter during the work day, and then obviously I drink stuff for breakfast and dinner and blah blah blah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's because of age, because like, don't you remember when you were younger, like you would drink not that much water and you wouldn't feel that bad? Maybe it's because I don't know if it's because you're younger. Like when I was younger, I didn't drink as much as right now. I'm drinking a lot because that's what you're supposed to do to be like healthy, like hydrated.
Conspiracy. It's big
You know what I'm saying?
water. It's big
But
water trying to get you to drink the poison juice.
they're adding stuff to our drinking supply to make us drink more, get
we,
us
we,
addicted to water.
we need to add a we need to make a button where we can put like a little header on the bottom that's like not whatever medical advice, not whatever lawyer advice, blah blah blah. We got to make that at some point here. Uh, wait, what were we talking about? Oh, the water. Yeah, yeah. Like I don't. Yeah, I just after because I ride to and from work. Man, when it's when it's 30, but if it's 30 or over outside, oh, I get all my electrolytes are just flowing out my pores, out my holes,
Where you
mostly pores.
where you ride your bike, or moped or scooter or whatever, do you it's the asphalt, right? It's like,
Yeah, yeah,
do you
on
feel
the
do you,
street.
do you feel that too while you're riding?
Not while I'm riding, because I also got the wind, because I'm so
Yeah,
fast. Because I'm
got
lightning
it.
fast, the wind's blowing by my face. But no, it's just damn hot and humid.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, so I'll usually eat like a what are those? It's like lemon ice. It's something sugary, get my energy back. Uh, and it has like a lemon slice in it. Get some
Oh,
electrolytes.
interesting.
It's yummy,
Interesting.
and it's ice, so it cools me down.
While you're riding,
No, no, no.
after you ride.
After, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I
that's cool,
stopped by
man.
a convenience store and grabbed something from the ice machine. Not the
That
machine.
is
Maybe it's a
that is
machine.
cool.
Nobody needs to know. Maybe it's a person. Maybe it's a crazy man on the street. All right, we should probably. Well, okay. Wait, one last thing. Did you? I saw something about how like how elevators and escalators are kind of scary in China.
Yeah.
I saw this thing where a couple of companies like because a communist country they do a lot of like top down inspection stuff. Like they send inspectors out and blah blah blah. I mean like most countries I suppose, but so these elevator repair companies will send out a single guy. So they're all supposed to have two people to like kind of
Mm-hmm.
check each other's work and stuff. They're always like by law or whatever. They have to have two, and they send in a picture of them at the work site so they have like a report of it. but apparently these companies have been. I think it's not even just elevators, just the one I saw, but they send out a technician with a cardboard cutout of another employee and get it positioned just right so the lighting matches, and then
Oh my gosh, why?
that saves
Uh,
money. Cutting costs.
I
Ooh.
wonder how much money it actually saves to do that.
Well,
Like,
I don't even think they repair the elevators because you always see those videos where the elevator falls, like somebody's
yeah, I
like,
know what you're talking about.
oh, oh, it freaks me out so much. Or like the holes that just open up and consume somebody. Oh,
Yeah,
that's
I
terrifying.
I've seen that so many. I've seen those videos, and it does seem like they're all like Chinese. Um, but yeah,
Well,
like
yeah, but okay, think about it because China is on a really like expanding. Well, okay, like there haven't been many countries that have like expanded out of the industrial revolution. Like, okay, the West did it over the course of like 1 or 200 years, but
hmm
China's like the first big nation that has really rapidly expanded, but like we're talking decades, not centuries. I mean, we
yeah,
had our issues, back whatever, but we didn't have the technology to make elaborate stuff. Now we have the technology to make elaborate stuff, but you can also, if you're a developing country, you can rush it and then like so you get these elaborate structures that then holes open up and stuff. So it's like a I don't know, it's just like a perfect storm of conditions to make a society that builds stuff and doesn't properly maintain it or inspect it or whatever.
I see. They haven't gone through that. I guess this is their growing pain.
Yeah, I mean, I think I mean that's kind of happening where it's like they're people are getting concerned about this stuff, and as they get more money, they can spend it on okay, maybe safety's a cool thing, because
They're
I'm my
yeah.
daughter-in-law fell through whatever.
This is their Ford without their seatbelts kind of thing.
Exactly, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just like it's in the world of the internet, so it's like all hyperspace speed, so they just have to like
yeah, yeah.
deal with it so fast. Oh man.
Got it.
But it's like what is that called? Oh, what's that? Oh, like it's like I feel like it's civil engineering terrorism. It's like whatever civil engineering projects just terrified of because of the some of the incompetence or not incompetence, the probably corruption.
Corruption or incompetence.
Because like some of that stuff happens in like Beijing or something, and like, well, I'm gonna walk around like what's supposed to be a pretty whatever city, and I'm just gonna like fall through a hole. Oh my god,
Yeah, I mean,
terrorism!
I think that happens. That happens everywhere. Like here, there was a famous. This was in like the late '90s, and
Right? Yeah, it happens here. I mean, like 50 years ago when.
it was a big like mall. It was like I think it was like a multi-story mall. It
Ooh.
was one of the bigger ones, and the whole building collapsed. Wall,
Oh
like
man.
hundreds, maybe even thousands, hundreds of people. They made a documentary on that too. It was all corruption. It was all corruption.
Oh yeah. It
Like
always comes down
the
to that.
owner, yeah, like the owner was aware of whatever faults, and I don't know. I didn't watch the documentary, but people who did were talking to me about it.
Yeah, you guys still have like a little bit of that issue. I mean, China has it on a whole different level, but they also have what a a sixth of the world's population or something. Same
That's
with
true.
India. But yeah. Anyways, yeah, we should get that ends the political and modern events portion of the podcast. All right. All
Okay.
right. So we've got some uh hold on, let me check my notes. Check your notes. Now I've got something to pitch to you a little bit more to pitch, even though no, I guess it is important to pitch it. Hold on. So I talked about it briefly last time, and I know it's way too early because we got to make the base part first. But we may want to like reconsider or consider because we talked about making it in JavaScript, but I want to tell you this so we can choose the right thing to start with, right programming language or right setup, whatever that we want to start with. So I talked to my sister
Mm-hmm.
about the. I talked to my third cousin about the. Sorry for you guys who are just coming in. My sister is my third cousin. It's complicated. I wonder, is that possible? I don't know. Anyways, my sister said I told her about the because we had actually talked. I told you we had talked about like a long time ago about making a system where you make the 4 or 8 bar loops on the different stem tracks, and then you kind of set up like with a JSON file. This these tracks fit with these tracks, and it can kind of produce like 100 hours from a couple of minutes of clips and stuff, because it's always varying the different patterns in the music or whatever. I talked about that briefly, right? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I
Okay.
remember.
Yeah. So that's something I had talked to my brother a long time ago, and I mean my sister,
Your third cousin.
my third cousin.
By the way, it is possible. It is possible if your parents are like second cousins, I guess. Your sibling
But yeah,
would
let's
also
let's
be
put
your
up the
cousin.
let's put up the little disclaimer at the bottom. We are not family. What is that? Family tree? What We are not certified genealogists. Oh, we really need that. We got to make that soon. We should be able to just type in a profession and be like, disclaimer, not a certified blah 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 every time we say something. Anyways, I was talking to her about the about like us doing the stem track thing, and potentially that potentially could turn into that thing. And he was like, "Oh man, that's awesome that you guys are working on something like that." And but she was like, she's working on a game right now. I'll between you and me, I give it like a 20% chance that it actually gets made. But that doesn't matter for what I'm talking about here.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, oh yeah, I'd love to use that system for my game. And so so if we did end up like going down that route, that the software could be expanded to work with software like either generic software that uses audio or games, or I mean, of course, it obviously can still be used in the streaming stuff. And like the music could react real time to like voice lines. So like if instead of just a simple system where it's whatevering out, you could control. Oh, I just want maybe if I have lyrics in the song. Oh, if I'm talking to a character and the character's talking, it should dip the voice audio or whatever, and maybe it can be triggered programmatically, or it can be like just linked straight up to the audio output. So that could possibly be useful. You could have like an Unreal plugin or something, and
Oh, interesting. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying.
but also the whole like uh, even just for the stem thing, that would kind of maybe be a thing. But also for the if we ended up going further with the the music layering and looping stuff, that could also be something you implement in a game, because nobody wants a soundtrack that where you hear the same exact build up or the same exact whatever every couple of minutes.
That actually makes sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I wonder if.
And then, well,
I
okay,
wonder
wait.
if.
And then my brother's sister. Wait, that would be me. Wait, I'm not a sister. Me, the brothers as a sister. Anyways, my sister.
This-
anyway, anyways, my sister was like, that's interesting, and I mean, if it was something like that, because she wants it for her game, like even if it's not going to be made, she wants it for her game, so she would probably totally make tracks for it, like the little the
Yeah, yeah,
premium stuff, and then we're talking about making some stuff. So we could make like almost like the open source version. Like here's the ones that come free, and then you could
yeah.
totally like sell his as premium songs that you spend $1 or $2 and you get this better, whatever. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could be done there. Anyways, you have the
What is
floor.
So she's making a game, right?
Did you
Um,
misgender my sister?
they are making a game, right?
That's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh, does they have a team?
It's two people.
So they and another they.
They and they. Yeah, they.
What are their, like, I guess, if
What are their
it's a small team
pronouns?
like
They and. Okay,
I
what?
guess if it's a team of two, are they both doing everything, or are they like have
Um,
specific like
they're
things that?
they're being a little bit general, but so okay, they started with they started doing like a PvP game.
Yeah,
I mean, I told her from the start, like, well, that's don't do that. This is your like first project. Don't do it. But she went all in, and she got a lot done. But she finally was like, yeah, we need the networking stuff, making sure all the data structures are like ready to be blah blah. It's just too much of an undertaking. So they basically changed it to they scrapped that for now and switched to like a single player thing, which is still a little ambitious, but anyways, that's what they're
what?
working on. But the partner is doing most of the like art 3D stuff,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then he's doing more of the programming and or like in Unreal it's blueprints or whatever. So she's yeah, she's doing like more of the programming and some of the conceptual stuff,
Got it. So
and
if
then
they're gonna
obviously
be,
audio.
yeah, so if they're gonna be integrating the stuff, your sister will be the one in charge of getting that done, right?
Well, yeah, because it's audio related stuff,
Right,
so
right.
definitely, yeah, 100%.
And and you said they're using Unreal, right? So,
Yep.
um, I don't know anything about Unreal actually, because but like, how can I'm just trying to imagine how there's many ways to integrate something like you could directly integrate with whatever, like connect it programmatically, or you could have some like output that you can then input separately. I'm just trying to imagine the kind of workflow
My thought,
of.
okay, if I mean, and this is way further down the thing, but it would be nice. It would be nice to start with a language or a setup where it can be easily converted into something like that if we want to go that route. Um, I would assume you would have to use Unreal's native audio stuff, so there'd be a little bit of doing there as far as like I would think you would want to write the most minimalist like play this audio at this time, and then I would guess you'd use a, a what do you call it, a DLL, what do you call that, just a library, what's that called in general, a I mean dynamic
You're just talking.
library, I guess.
You're talking about like Windows DLLs,
Yeah, I mean,
dynamically linked
I was trying to
libraries.
talk about it more generally and on Linux SO, and then what is it on Mac?
On Mac, you're just talking about like a, I don't know, like a package. I don't know, like a library.
Yeah, it's a
Is
library, but I feel like it. I don't know. I feel like when we talk about libraries, it's not specific enough. What is a DL?
uh
I feel
I,
like I'm failing. Oh, shared library. Yeah. Okay. Shared library, right? That's what it's called. Like SO DLL.
I know what you're talking about. It's like other tools, not just Unreal, can also like reference and
Yeah,
use
yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and it can
Uh,
access it from its like yeah, it doesn't have to be directly compiled into it. It can be compiled completely separately and then accessed. Yeah,
hmm.
dylib. Oh wait, no. Yeah. Oh, does macOS also use SO? It says it uses SO and dylib, dylib.
I mean, it's the Unix, so it's gonna be this pretty similar to
Yeah.
Linux.
Anyways, yeah,
Uh,
yeah. So I would think maybe you would use a dynamic or a shared library for the actual like guts of the like the choosing getting the audio and then choosing how to handle and which stems and whatever and handling the file like the settings or whatever, and then you would have to, if you wanted an integration like Unreal, then you make a really bare bones thing that can interact with that shared library. Maybe.
Let me
What's
see.
your thought?
I don't know what you would call it in Unreal. You know, third party libraries. I guess it is called a library.
Using a
Um,
DLL in. Oh, I should probably. I guess we're searching stuff now. I'll go to our. All right, sorry. We were on our chin scene. Now we are on our screen scene.
I have no jawline. It's so smooth. I'm a what do you call those? It's not a turtleneck.
What do you call those? Chinese?
Like what do you call when you don't have it's like so smooth, like no jawline.
Um, uh,
Double chin? No.
no, it's not. You're not doubling up yet. Give it another decade for that. Uh, what is it called when you have no chin? Ooh, retrogenia. Sounds sexy.
Retrogenia. How to build Unreal third
Receding.
party.
Ooh, you have receding chin slopes.
Retro is it receding chin
I guess it's
slope?
called weak jawline, weak chin. There's gotta be like a mean way to say it.
Man, this is this attractive to you or is it unattractive to you?
What you're showing me?
The like jaw lines, you know, like people say that's attractive, but also smooth lines are kind of you know healing, soothing.
Yeah. No, sorry, bud. Jawline. Jawlines. I mean, have you
You
seen like
like it?
a like an Asian man with a beard and a hard jawline? Ooh, yummy.
Yes, lick it.
Okay, whoa. Asian with strong jawline. Ooh, who's this? You're Chinese. You must know all these Asian celebrities. uh, Fan Bingbing. She doesn't have that strong of a jawline. Ooh, Park Bo Gum.
Pargo boom.
Do you know Park Bo Gum?
I have
I'm
no
saying that
idea.
terribly wrong.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Who's Fan Bing Bing? I think she was in a movie with Matt Damon.
Oh, was she?
Like
I love
there
that
was a
name.
movie.
That name is kind of
Matt Damon
ridiculous.
talked about it. Like he regretted making that movie. It's
Oh! I know
like a
what you mean.
Chinese wall
Yeah,
where
yeah,
with
yeah,
like
yeah. It's with
monsters.
Pedro Pascal.
It he's like this is I regret it. The Great Wall. That's what it was called.
Yeah, yeah. Totally Chinese funded movie.
Okay,
Manny
let's see who
Manny
is in it.
Manny Jacinto. Okay,
Okay, so it
that
was
one's a
not
little
Fan
too
Bing.
chiseled. He's a sexy man though, but
Manny Descent. What did you say?
Manny
Manny.
Jacinto, Jacinto. That like sometimes jaws get too chiseled and they start like warping, but he's still pretty
Oh,
sexy.
reminds me of who's that guy? The Flash. He played the Flash.
Oh yeah.
Ezra.
Yeah,
Ezra
Ezra's another
Miller.
one
That
who has like it's a jawline so hard that it starts warping.
guy. He's gonna
Oh, this
cut me
guy. I
with
know
his.
this guy. Who's this guy? He played. I want to say. Oh, I can't find his. Can't find. Can't find him. Ooh, that is a sexy man, but I don't know if it's a man with a name. He's probably AI.
I just wanna like a. Is there like a, let's see, Unreal Engine
Unreal. We're talking about sexy
library
Asian guys. Where are
development
you at?
tutorial? I'm just.
I'm joking. Let's dip. All right, chat. If I were gay, you're seeing what I would like right now.
Maybe the first step could be just like understanding how to build a simple like Unreal like thing so that
Well, but yeah,
we
but
know,
but oh, I see what you mean.
like I don't even know how to like integrate a third-party package in Unreal because I don't even know how to use Unreal. So
Okay, wait. Dev
um
pause. Look at Discord. What do you think?
oh
1 to 10. What do you think?
oh my goodness, I think I've seen this guy before.
I had no idea who he is. I couldn't find his name. So
His you know what though?
what's
This
that?
isn't this is one of those Instagram fake like
Oh no,
best lighting, possibly photoshopped
that's true.
jawlines.
Uh,
Like you got that he has that shadow, so you can't really tell
that's
if
true.
it's like there's no lighting here or the lighting is horrible here, so you definitely can't see the like it looks so smooth here on my chin. Like
Yeah,
no jawline, but maybe I actually do have a jawline with good lighting.
yeah.
Who knows? Like
Who
yeah,
knows?
that's
Who knows?
but yeah, this I mean the picture itself, ooh, top class, man, top class. Top class.
Yeah, I give it a 10. He's
That jawline in this photo with that beard makes a big difference too, I think, because on the edge of his jaw,
I like an Asian man with a beard because it's harder for them to grow. So when they do, if they can actually do it, it's sexy to me.
maybe he has more testosterone. I don't know.
Now,
But
I mean,
yeah,
I guess it is common to have like the big what is it, Confucius super long whatever, but that not so sexy, but
but the yeah, I know what you're talking about. The
yeah,
Wolverine kind of like from the side of the ear all the way down the jawline.
yeah.
I know a few people here that have that naturally. I'm like, dang, you are a man. You are a man.
Like I'm not gay, but I think if he asked me to marry me, I would consider it. I would have to like I would really have to like can I do this? I don't, I don't know. I don't know the answer because I'm not put in that position, but I feel like there's a non-zero chance. There's a non-zero chance I would say yes. I
Like a
definitely don't consider
like
myself gay, but I mean, I guess I'm gay enough to maybe consider marrying this dude.
there was who some I don't know if a comedian said it or whatever, but it's not a it's not a binary thing. It's
Yeah,
like a
spectrum.
scale.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, spectrum. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So who knows?
I think I'm probably like 10% gay.
Let me just type it in.
What?
Gay spectrum.
Yeah, do we need to take the quiz? What percent gay am I?
Oh,
Hey, if that doesn't
Kinsey. It's
exist,
called.
that needs to be our next app.
This is actually real. Kinsey scale.
Ooh,
It was
Kinsey.
developed by Alfred Kinsey, who was
See.
let's see who he is.
How do you determine exclusively, predominantly, only incidentally? feel like I'm a one, maybe only incidentally,
Oh my
or am I
goodness.
more than incidentally?
He actually started this kind of program at Indiana University.
Ooh, there's
An
something called the
actual like
Kinsey test.
what?
Ooh, there's a BuzzFeed Kinsey test.
This
Totally
is a
getting off
public
track.
research university. This is an actual public research university. Like you gotta
Yeah.
what?
Wait,
Imagine going to Indiana University and
all right, I sent it to you. We gotta take the quiz.
okay, let's do it. Let's do it.
For our, this is our
Got
LGBT hour on the Runtime Friends.
You gotta answer it truthfully, okay?
Gay
No,
time friends.
okay, let's see.
Enter my name. Push or
What do
wait,
I do?
I'm Push, right?
Yes.
Push.
Is
Did you click on it?
you? I'm on it right now.
Let's get this party
is
started.
this?
Take
Here
this
we
quiz
go.
with friends in real time and compare results. Oh, I can.
Okay,
Whoa!
let's see.
Wait! I'm copying an invite link. Oh, here I'm we're taking it together. Here's the link. Let's see if it works.
Okay, the second link. Let me open the second link.
This is kind of nifty.
I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I don't want to. It's better to be blissfully ignorant.
Blissfully. Yeah, in a few hours you're gonna tell your woman, sorry, it turns out I'm gay. All right, there you are. That's pretty cool. All right, start the party. Are you getting a 3, 2, 1 on your screen?
Yeah, I did.
All right. Who do you find attractive? I'm attracted to people post. All right. I guess we should read it for the listeners. The other sex, but I recognize when someone of the same sex is attractive. I feel like I'm there. I'm mostly attracted to people who are the same sex as me. The other sex, but I recognize when someone of the only people of the other sex from mine, only people who are the same sex as me, nobody really. I think I fall squarely on the other sex, but I recognize when someone of the same sex is attractive.
I agree. That's me too.
Okay. Who have you had sex with? Oh no, getting a little personal here. Who have you had sex with? Never had sex. Well, the two of us, we've never had sex. We have nothing to show for it.
Wait a second. No.
What? What?
I was gonna make some stupid joke.
Yeah, be careful. Be careful. This LGBT at Runtime Friends Hour, a gay time friends hour. Well, I've only been with members of the other sex. I mean, I've done some questionable stuff that doesn't rise to. Yeah.
Who do you have fantasies about? Let's see. I've only fantasized about the other sex. Sometimes someone of the same sex sneaks in there.
In there.
I think I know what that means. It's like like let's say you're imagining.
Yeah, I know, but it sounds, but there's specifically using the phrase sneaks in there. It feels like I'm like doing something. Someone's coming from behind, sneaking right.
Like for example, let's say when you watch porn, right?
Yeah.
There's obviously both sexes, right?
Yeah.
Like that. Like you're imagining that in your mind. I think that's what it means. Fantasize about anyone and everyone. Mostly just people of the same sex. Mostly
Wait, no,
twice.
but that's same sex. It's
Oh,
opposite.
snap! What am I thinking?
Wait, they don't. So they don't have one. Wait, I don't have.
I don't have.
They don't
many
have one
sexual
for the.
fantasies.
They don't have one for the other, which would be mostly of the opposite
This one?
sex.
Only fantasize about the other sex.
Yeah, but they don't have one that's mostly fantasized about the other sex.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I think that's where I would probably fall.
They're trying to trick you.
I guess. I mean, I guess it. I guess it would. Then I guess it would have to be sometimes someone of the same sex sneaks in there.
This is how they get you. This is how they get you. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
With whom do you form strong emotional bonds? Ooh, no one. No. Uh,
This is one of those questions that's gonna get you too, because like everyone has bonds with everyone.
yeah, it's. I mean, I'm not super. I mean, I don't know. I feel like both of us aren't like too. We don't. We try not to let emotions cloud our judgment, so we don't like. We like recognize it, but we don't interact with it. Does that sound accurate? I don't know.
That's really vague.
Well, I mean, I'm saying, I'm not going to sit there and wallow in specific emotions, whether it's even if it's anger, happy, or sad. Like, I'll be like, oh, yeah, that's a sad thing, or oh, that's great. But I'm not going to, like, I don't know, I don't give myself into it.
You mean when your close friend is like spilling the beans and having like a horrible day, this happened, blah blah blah. She's
Sucks for
for example,
you.
like your sister when she's like unloading on you and she's crying and like getting emotional and like the empathetic response could be like, I know how you feel. You feel it too. Maybe you shed a tear with them, but you're like, sucks for you.
Sucks for you.
Got it.
No.
I see.
Man, that's a hard question. I'm mostly.
I'm gonna say I have.
Well, the problem is I typically, if I'm hanging out with guy, like if I'm forming a strong attachment with a guy, it's typically like a more sciency, logical type person who's gonna be a little less emotional in the first place. So it's like, is that a strong I feel like it's a strong attachment, but it's not particularly emotional.
This question, the question doesn't imply friends, family, or anything. What about
Right,
your,
right,
you
yeah.
know, like your daughter or son? Like
I mean, I guess I would just say I have close friends of both sexes. I don't.
it's one of those gotcha questions, man. This has nothing to do with actual like was it sexuality or anything.
Yeah, they're trying to get you. They're trying to get you in the butt.
Sneak in there.
Yeah, they're sneaking right in there. Yeah, I'm just saying I have close friends of both sexes, I guess.
Yeah,
Who do you feel most comfortable socializing with? Oh, I'm totally fine with everybody.
I'm mostly friends with. Oh, okay, right there. I got it.
I'm still trying to find. I'm only really myself. I'm only comfortable with. Find myself mostly spending. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I guess I'm comfortable with either sex. I mean, especially like when we were in high school. I feel like it was just whoever was down to hang.
Are you DTF? DTH?
Whoa, those are two completely different things.
That's
D,
another gotcha question. I feel like.
DTC down to chin. That sounds wrong. Ooh, let's chin.
Hmm.
Let's go to the little chin dig. Think about the people you socialize with most often. How do you think they'd identify? Ooh, this picture is makes me uncomfortable.
It's kind of vague. It's kind of ambiguous. Who's on the right?
Yeah, but even I don't care who's on the right. The guy on the left is making me uncomfortable.
You mean the guy way in the back looking somewhere else,
No, 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 no. The
or
one
the
the one
middle
that's
guy?
like just staring into the other person's lips. It's freaking me out
Oh, that's
with
right.
his
He is
with his
looking at the
ramen
lips.
hair and his little ear piercing.
Ooh, let's cook that. Let's boil that ramen here.
Think about the people you socialize with most often. How do you think they'd identify? How do you think they would identify? Oh, they uh I guess mostly straight, but I've got That sounds so. That sounds. I don't know. This sounds very. I don't know, disrespectful. I guess mostly straight people, but I've. It sounds. But I've got a few gay and bi friends.
It's like I know what it's trying to get at. Like, who do you surround yourself with?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like
I. I think. I think any answer besides mostly straight people, but I've got a few gay and bi friends. Anything else seems weird because just statistically, that's the one that would happen if you're open to everybody.
also the one right above it is also true. Like, I don't
Oh,
really
oh, you're
ask,
right. You're
so
right.
I don't really
Yeah,
ask.
yeah. I don't specifically ask like, oh yeah, you've
Let's not
got kids,
assume.
but I
Yeah,
don't know. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing on Saturday nights.
yeah.
Yeah, no,
Let's
I'm choosing that one. I don't think I've ever asked that. Like it might come up or something, but
yeah, I personally never asked whoever would tell me about someone else. I
yeah,
don't think
exactly.
anyone's ever
Yeah,
told me directly.
yeah. Well, I think someone might say something that's like it's just in my head, like, oh, okay, they're gay. I didn't know that. Like
Yeah.
that's the end of it. So yeah, you're right. I've never really asked. How would you identify yourself to others? I would say that I'm straight, probably.
In most cases, I would say I'm straight. I identify as a bisexual. That's definitely not it. Most often, I tell people I'm gay. You know, jokingly, I do say, "Oh, I'm gay," or
When you see a sexy
um,
man, "Oh, damn, I'm gay. Oops, I'm gay.
like you said it a few moments ago with the guy. You know, like the
Yeah.
Photoshop best lighting, very manly
I mean, if
Wolverine
someone would
hair.
see, they should have added another box here that says, I have a child. Like, is that, that says
Yeah.
something. And I guess I would just say that I'm straight. If someone, like, are you gay or straight? I'd be like, I guess nowadays I'd probably say, mostly straight.
Yeah, mostly straight, mostly straight. I would say that I'm straight. Yeah.
So should I say in most cases I'd say but I would always say I was straight. I would never just say I'm gay, but I'd be like, yeah, mostly straight.
That's how they get you, man.
What do you
Don't
think?
overthink things.
Yeah. What do you think of yourself as? I try not to think about it much. Oh, that sounds like closeted. I try not to think about it. Jesus is looking over my shoulder.
Jesus.
I've only ever considered myself I consider myself sexual, not strictly. I'm heterosexual, always have been, always will be. I'm mostly heterosexual, but I'm open to new things. That probably sounds about right. Probably bisexual. Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the last one because I'm scared. I'm scared.
I'm mostly heterosexual, but I'm open to new things. I mean, like I said, if that guy was asking for my hand in marriage, I can't say for sure I'd say no. I don't know. It depends on. I mean, obviously his personality would have to be top notch. But
Really fun guy. Enjoys the same things as you do.
all right, done with quiz.
Likes to give you some space.
Ooh, that's nice.
When you want, and very very rich.
All right, I pressed finish. Oh, here we go. Ooh, confetti. How gay am I? I got mostly heterosexual, and you got
Oh,
strictly heterosexual.
you know what that means? That means we're actually the total opposite. So you would be
Wait, what?
equally, because like I think
What are you getting
this.
at?
I don't know if this is an actual true thing or if this is just something that people just made up. But they were saying something like ultra conservatives
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
against like those people who do like those gay to straight therapy
Yeah, yeah.
kind of things are actually the gay ones.
So what you're saying is you're so heterosexual that you're actually extremely gay.
And you're mostly homosexual.
I don't think it goes that way. I think it only goes that way if you pass if
Oh, on the
you
extremes.
yeah, I think it only like I think there's like a threshold where if you're like so straight,
Yeah,
then you like go off the cliff and wrap around to the other side.
I see. I see. Yeah. I learned something about you, and I learned something about myself.
Yeah,
That
I mean, I. It's hard for me to think. Like, I mean, maybe I'm getting too personal for friends in chat here, but I'm not like when I hear someone say, "Oh, if you're not having good sex in the relationship, your relationship's gonna fail," and when I hear that, I feel like I don't know. They're just my personal whatever. So nothing against you or anyone else or the 99% of normal people. But
I take offense.
when I hear that, I'm like, I don't know about your relationship, bro. Like I don't know. For me, sex is kind of pretty small part of like what I care about. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. Like, there's, I mean, in a day, you do so many things, and like, you know, like there's many ways to enjoy with your friends or family or whoever's important to you,
Yeah,
your
yeah.
significant other, and like the spent time spent on just that is honestly so minuscule compared to the total time spent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I totally see where that's coming from, and what you're saying, like, say that again, that phrase you were just saying.
Uh, what, I don't know. What-
You said something like couple. Did you say couples? Couples that,
well, I hear, like, I always see, like, online. I mean, I don't hear it, like, like, it's not something I talk about, but, like, I see it online and stuff, where, like, oh, you know, oh, man, you're not having sex. You got to get out of that relationship. It's a terrible relationship. Or, like, you know, I don't know, like, putting so much focus on, like, sometimes people make it sound like, oh, sex is like 50% of the relationship, which I believe for some people it is.
I understand where they're coming from. Um, like there are some things that uh, I mean, it's important to some people. It's important to a lot of people.
I
But
mean, I think
also
intimacy is important, but I think you can have intimacy without sex.
there's also like you got to have something in common. You can't be like total complete strangers.
Oh, and that's very true too. Like for a more conservative relationship, and there's a lot of relationships. Like I mean, I guess they're all on a spectrum, right? You have the arranged marriage, and you have the like, oh, I married my best friend. So there's that
Yeah,
whole spectrum, and honestly, all choices within that are like I actually like looking into arranged marriages and stuff. Like as a Westerner, it seems pretty lame or whatever, but it does make a lot of sense in some ways. Like I don't I get it, you know. I get both ways, and they both have their good positives and negatives. So I totally get it. But so for on further the further you go to the more conservative, like traditional, you have your friends, I have my friends thing. I guess sex makes more is more important because it's like that's the thing that bonds you. But as you go more towards the friend side, then you have other stuff and other goals in life that keep you together. I guess I don't know.
yeah. I I I agree. Also on the arranged marriage thing. I saw this on, I forgot it. I don't know if it was real news or if it was like Twitter news or whatever, but uh, a Saudi Arabian, it's like a 70-year-old man had an arranged marriage with I think it was an 8-year-old, and the 8 year
Oh
old
god.
died from
Oh gee. Oh, let's not talk about that. Jesus. What are you
oof.
doing here?
Sorry. It's just 8 years old, like that's my kid's age, and
Yeah, it's horrifying.
I
I'm not talking
I
about that. I'm not talking about that, Pop. Jesus Christ.
that's horrible. Oh my gosh, the picture of the kid was so adorable. Like I was like, oh, she's a really cute kid. I'm not a pedophile, but like that
Okay, now you're making it awkward. Yeah,
that guy,
yeah,
I just
you
felt
have a
so bad
daughter
for
so
that
you can
family.
like relate to like, oh, oh my god. Yeah.
I
Oh.
felt horrible for. I don't even know why. I get it why, because this is part of their culture, but still, like, it would not be acceptable anywhere in the modern.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to say Western because the modern world.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's
West and
just
West adjacent.
yeah, it's not that's unacceptable. That
Yeah.
those kind
Well,
of arranged
yeah. Well,
marriages.
yeah. I'm thinking like in India where you have two of age adults who are their parents are like, you need to get, this marriage would ensure a great life for your kids and stuff. Like I totally get that.
Yeah, a
But I
lot of
also
them
totally get
are.
if the kids are super against it. I also get that. So
Yeah, it's
nuanced.
like I have a friend who's open to it, and it's because I think they don't care much about that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
studied really hard. Um, during their school life, they studied hard. They're a doctor, so they have the most amount of school. Like they can go
Yeah.
to regular school, they go to regular college, they go to medical school,
Postgraduate, get their
then do internship, then do like a really long multi-year residency, and then
yeah. Isn't it like 12 years now? You gotta you gotta be.
it's
Uh,
crazy these residencies, and then they start their actual like profession, and then or a lot of these doctors after the residency they do post I think it's called fellowship or postdoc or I don't know.
yeah, postdoctorate. Yeah,
They're
to
still
like
in
to like
school and they're like
specialize in a specific thing or whatever.
I have friends that are like our age. They're still in school.
Oh
They're
my
still in
god,
school.
that's crazy.
Um, and uh, yeah, and they're doing some kind of like medical stuff. So
Yeah, yeah.
and yeah, this particular friend is I think is open to it because of that.
Yeah, I totally get it. It makes sense because like it's so easy. The one thing that's really easy is like you're analyzing it and your family is analyzing it based on like, okay, what are our economic goals? Are you here to have kids and take care of the kids and we are making this specific thing? Then you have like a unified goal. On the other side, sometimes you don't, sometimes you're just looking at the love aspect and like friendship. So you're not necessarily hyper focusing on, it's like, we'll figure out the goals later on.
Yeah, happiness versus I guess more practical.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I totally, and I mean, everybody's at some, everybody's on the spectrum there. So, so yeah, I totally like, so for me, I mean, for me in general, I mean, that just sexual stuff doesn't, like, I don't know, all the college bros, oh yeah, don't, like, I don't
Raging
know.
hormones.
Yeah,
I'm sure we were all like that at some point.
no, not really.
Okay.
uh,
Okay.
yeah, okay, push. All right, sure. High and mighty push.
I got you. I got you.
I feel like I do have quite a bit of testosterone, but uh, I don't know. I just, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, I want a certain amount of that. That's nice and all, but I mean, honestly, if you were to like, if I was to partition my time, if I had 10 hours to partition, like, if I was doing something with my partner, I'd honestly more of that time would be spent like playing a co-op video game together. It'd be more fun if we had the time.
Oh, I totally understand. We played what is it? It Takes Two. Have you played that?
No, we haven't.
Okay. Have you played Grounded?
No,
Okay.
we have
Well,
it on a wish list. As soon as it goes like on a deep sale, we'll definitely get that. After you mention
okay.
that, yeah,
Oh my gosh, we spent 3 months or 4 months playing Grounded together, and
yeah.
it wasn't like we actually spent like whole weekends just playing it, and like on a regular day, I would try to come home and so we could get like at least an hour or something. Like yeah, I totally understand like that time was really precious and really enjoyable
Yeah,
for
and I,
both
and I
of us.
like snuggling and like so. But see, so my point is, so like yeah, if I had 10 hours in the day, okay, if I just had a complete free day and I had 10 hours, probably like 5 hours, maybe I'd play video games like co-op. I mean, that's always really fun with a friend and partner and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, going out hiking or like going to have dinner or something. That's cool. Maybe like 1 hour of that. Maybe not even 1 hour. Maybe half an hour is good enough for sex. So it's like, it's like 5% of it would occupy like 5% of what I care about. So when I now wrapping back around, now this sexy Asian guy with a strong jawline and beard. He can be at home playing. We can have fun playing co-op games together. We can,
now
I
you're
don't,
now you're like fantasizing. Oh my god. Let's go back and take the quiz again.
I'm just making a point. I'm just making a
I get it. I get it. I
But
get it.
and even like something like cuddling, like I could cuddle my friends. I mean, it's maybe not as, it's like maybe even not sexual at all. Like maybe if it was cuddling my partner, it's maybe the tiniest bit sexual, but with a friend it wouldn't be. But I mean, but most of cuddling is just like, yeah, I don't know.
I mean,
I could
we
cuddle
do
my
it all the
friends.
time. We
Yeah,
do it all the time. Like you do it
we
with
hug
your
and
kid.
stuff.
I do it with my kids. And like, why
Yeah,
couldn't it be with a friend? You know?
yeah. Well, I mean, when we were in high school, we hug our friends and stuff.
Yeah, we
The-
did it. We did it.
yeah.
We're not denying we did it.
We're not denying nothing. Someone snuck in the back there, and what was it? Someone snuck in there, but uh, but no. So yeah. So like, it's like, can I give up that 5% if this person was perfect, both like economically, both practically, and like was like best friend, and we had the same economic things, and like maybe we already had kids or something. Could I,
Yeah.
I feel like I could probably make the decision to give up that 5%. Now, actually doing something, that would that would take time. but
Okay.
but I don't know. I don't know what could be. I will say nothing's ever going in my butt, but but other stuff, give it time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I'm at. Anyways, now that we've used up all of our time.
I wanna just add one more thing.
Okay.
I had you said nothing's gonna go up your butt.
Yeah.
Nothing's ever gone up your butt, right?
Um, I can't say nothing's never gone up my butt. Let me see.
I'm just
What?
gonna
What?
be honest here.
Okay, go ahead.
It's not shocking at all. It's not anything shocking. So I had hemorrhoids
Oh yeah,
twice in my
there you
life,
go. Oh well, you
and
also, yeah. If you have a proctology exam or whatever, then you got a doctor's finger up your butt.
yeah, like deep in there, like
Deep. He's just. I keep forgetting the phrase. I gotta copy the phrase. What was it? Sneak in there. He just snuck right in there.
snuck in deep.
Snuck
Uh,
in deep.
I'm not gonna describe it, but man, that feeling is very unique. Like,
Yeah.
did I enjoy it? I'm not gonna lie. Like,
No. So
it
it's
did.
probably like I didn't enjoy it, but it felt good.
Like, it
Something like that.
surprisingly felt kind of like when you took it out, it felt like a pressure was released. Like how when you
Like when you pee after you haven't peed in a really long time.
yeah,
You're like,
it's
oh
like
man, that feels good.
yeah. I don't want to sound. I don't want to sound gay, but like, I'm
I don't
being
want to
honest
sound
here.
gay,
Like,
but when he snuck in,
I'm being honest here. Like, it's like
yeah.
it's like uncomfortable when it's happening, and then when he takes it out, it's like a release. Like that
Yeah.
pressure's off.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
I
guess the way
think,
you described it is kind of accurate. Like when you pee, it's kind of accurate. Yeah.
yeah, because yeah, like when you really have to, like, it almost hurts, and then you release it. It's like it's not sexual, but it's like it's like a deep massage, like it's that feel like that like it's deep relaxation, and I mean that's kind of related sexually, I suppose. So I mean, it's like it's not, but it's like I don't know, relax, like deep relaxation. I mean,
Man,
I
we
guess
took
kind of like a
some.
massage. Like massage is not really sexual, but it's like sexual adjacent almost.
That's such a weird way to describe it.
Okay, I
It's
don't know.
adjacent. It's
Yeah,
adjacent. We went on a weird tangent.
yeah. That was weird. That ends the LGBT portion of our. All right. Well, probably don't have much time, but let's at least let's map out the plan, right?
Okay.
Um, okay, so yeah, I guess we need to figure out if we can use a generic DLL in Unreal. I would assume we can. Can you? Yeah, maybe you know this. Can you make a DLL? Can you make like? Can you even make DLLs with Python? Let me see. Can I make a DLL with? I think you can. I think it's kind of like bloated, but if you have access to the source code of the you can use Swig to compile this to a PYD library, which can be used directly in Python. That's not what I asked.
From my knowledge, a lot of these libraries are so they include like they're written in C because they
Yeah.
have like header files and like they're like compiled. Um,
No, you can't. It doesn't look like you can in Python.
but I don't think we need to write a library like that because we're not accessing any like low level feature.
Hmm.
Like we're not
Do you
doing
think do you
anything.
think use it more like a service, maybe? Like connect with WebSockets or something? Or memory mapping or share or some kind of whatever talking protocol? Like what are you
Uh,
envisioning for if we did Unreal integration?
like the most simple thing to do would just write like a Unreal functions that they could like import and just use. To like um
Yeah, but then
that'll
wouldn't
be the
our
simplest
wouldn't our
things.
entire software have to be? Are you talking about our entire software being C++?
That's what Unreal Engine is.
Yeah,
Okay.
strictly. Like they've talked about adding some kind of scripting stuff. You can use Python to like manipulate stuff in the editor, but you can't
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't use it directly in the codes. It's strictly C++ or blueprints, and I do
I
not
don't
feel comfortable with that.
I don't know enough about Unreal, but can you run a separate service like in a background process and then
That's I okay, so I plan on using in the next year or two, I plan on using Unreal Engine for a project that I'm working on. And
okay.
my entire plan is that Unreal Engine is basically the rendering engine, and all of the logic and all the whatever stuff I'll be doing with Go as a service that talks to Unreal either through WebSockets or memory mapping, depending on if I do UI rendering in Go or I do it in Unreal. Is going to depend whether I use memory mapping or WebSockets. Because if I'm not doing
Interesting.
any graphical stuff, then WebSockets guarantee is going to be fine because the packets, the data that I'll be telling Unreal Engine to render is going to be pretty small. But if I'm sending over like if I'm rendering SVG graphics and sending that over to Unreal to render in the engine, then I'm guessing I should probably use a memory map to, it's going to be faster. But yeah,
Okay. I'm a super layman for game development, so I don't know what people
I mean, I think any
there's
software you can set up a service and talk through it using WebSockets or there's like there's website. I feel like WebSockets is the most like platform independent one. I think the other
what
ones
is
are
your
specific to Windows or something.
what is your sister cousin using for, I guess, the game logic itself,
Completely
or
blueprints. Just
completely
the
blueprints?
yeah, like 99% blueprints, and then if you have to do something really specific, modify some already made code. So I mean, blueprints is literally just nodes. So I
Let's
mean,
see.
the best for the most comfortable for us, and the most because we want to initially we just want to do the stem thing for streamers, right? So it needs to be something that can be run outside of Unreal, and then later on when we want to integrate it in Unreal, we want to be able to easily port that into being usable. So that's kind of why I think if WebSockets will work, that might be a good whatever.
I think I understand what you're talking about now. So the service runs, and you can communicate it through WebSockets. Basically, send it a command, and then it changes what it's doing. And then basically like that, right? Is that what
Yeah,
you're?
exactly. Yeah, basically
Got it.
like
Got it. Got it. Got it.
maybe 10% of the logic is in the Unreal side, so we'd have to write like 10% C++ code, but that's going to be way better than doing all the little
Got it.
extra
Got it.
stuff
Now
using.
it makes sense. Now it makes sense. It's a separate process that just runs, and then
Yeah, and it either it maybe it sends the it could be something like it sends the output audio from Unreal Engine, whatever the user pipes into it, it'll send like the peak, like the volume I get, like the overall volume of the stream, and maybe
mhm,
it'll send that every frame or something, and then our program processes it and says, oh, does this go past the peak? If it does,
yeah.
turn the volume down, or turn the volume down on these tracks
Yeah.
that were created or whatever. Something like that is my
Okay.
guess. Would be pretty easy to integrate. Like it'd be pretty easy to integrate with what we already made for the streaming stuff, I'm guessing.
Okay.
And then if it's
I'm
independent
gonna
like that, we can use it with whatever system for the streamer.
guess external audio control. Okay. I wonder what kind of audio sources this uses. Let's see. Using dialogue voices, waves. Quick guide on waveform editors, sound waves, meta sounds, sound cues. What is this? I'm just figuring out how we can like like for example, maybe the service creates some kind of like local address for the new sound or whatever new.
What do you mean for the new sound?
Not new sound. So it's basically there. So WebSockets to communicate the controls,
Yeah.
and then just like a URL has a local address for the actual sound source itself. If Unreal Engine can like get it that way.
I see what you mean. Like the actual, yeah, the I think hmm, I think what you would do potentially, my guess is you could do it either way. You probably have something where you bundle in the assets to the exe, or like in
Yeah,
your whatever your app bundle is.
yeah, yeah,
And it might have a specific address there, and that's what we might handle on the Unreal side.
yeah, yeah,
But I'm sure you can probably load in sources from the user as well. Um, but you wouldn't really have to do that for a dev. A dev should be able to like load in all the sources into the editor, and
mm-hmm.
then our code that's in the editor would give our uh, shared library code, or whatever you want to call it, or our separate service. It would give our separate service all of the files that it has, and then it would be like, oh, I want to play this, the game would say, I want to play this now. And then our
Hmm.
program would like process, okay, let's fade into this one. And then it would do all the logic for, okay, here's the tracks next. And it would say, okay, play this at 300, at this timestamp. Start playing this at this timestamp. Start playing this at this timestamp. And it would just like send all of the, just play what at when. So the Unreal Engine would have all of those assets in there ready to go, or load them when they need it, or you possibly have to like, oh, load this asset. Okay, now play it in 1.3 seconds or whatever it is. I'm
Got
pretty
it.
sure it would be
So
something like
I
that.
see. I see. The inputs to the service would be like those files, like you said, and
Yeah, the
then
volume changes, when to play, when to stop.
yeah, the role of this is just to read those files and based on the
And
commands.
yep, and play them at whatever specified volume. They probably also have
Got it.
effects that you can add to it, like you could probably do the like equalization to like take out the highs and lows or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But that's all extra 3.0 stuff,
Hmm. It seems like if that's the case, then whatever this thing runs on, like what's the output of Unreal Engine? Does it like create like some kind of like executable file for you to like?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Does it have
So
an
it would,
installer?
yeah, yeah, I think so. So yeah, it would have to be something that you can bundle with it, and when you launch the game, it launches our service.
Yeah.
So I guess that's what we need to look at. Um,
I guess
Launch separate service.
in that case, the service should be like OS agnostic, something that runs everywhere.
Yeah, that'd be nice for sure.
That'll be like Chromium, I guess. I guess
It can't be Chromium. It's so heavy.
it is heavy, but at the same time, you get that run it anywhere kind of thing.
Uh, hmm. Trying to
Because
think.
even like Python or whatever language, you'll need to like actually have um that stuff installed.
Well, right. I'm wondering. I'm wondering. I don't know. Did you said you did a little bit of coding in Go, right?
Yeah.
This actually sounds like something, maybe something for Go. Well, you can make a
Oh, we can do
Python.
that. We can do that.
You can make a Python executable though.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
You just can't make a library. Which, if we're using it more as a service and it's just launching the service and we're communicating with the service and not a library,
Got it. Got it.
I guess let me look up like doing something with a library versus as a library versus a service. I guess the nice thing about Go is that it could be compiled into a library
Hmm. Hmm.
as a dynamic or as a shared library.
Hmm.
But I mean I think you're right. Need it doesn't need to really be a shared library. I don't know the pros and cons of doing it as a separate executable service versus a library.
If we do make a library, it's gonna. I see what you're saying. Like if we do make a library, the programmer, like your sister, cousin,
Yeah.
has to like initialize the service, start the service, and then that's when the service itself would like set up all the the was it WebSocket service, the
Yeah, but
server,
yeah,
and then
I think that would be part of our Unreal plugin, right? It would be like import this plugin and it's going and you put, I don't know how it works on Unreal, but they have whatever. So okay, you got to put this executable. This executable has to be in the plugin folder or whatever it is. I'm
yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
sure, but yeah, then our thing would be like, okay, or it's probably part of the plugin installer. I bet if you install the plugin, it can have things like that. And then when you use our Unreal plugin code, that code automatically calls the service when you run the thing and
Yeah.
blah blah blah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to read up into it more, probably off screen.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
gonna have
yeah.
to download it and look around. I'll download this. I'll download Unreal Engine and go through a few tutorials. I think I mean it's good to learn Unreal, right? So I'm gonna do that.
It's definitely interesting.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, yeah. Don't get too deep into it. You know, we don't want to just waste time here because that's the like that's a long term like possibility if what we do with the STEM stuff like works out well and it was pretty not too many issues and
yeah.
it works out well that might be a direct. I mean, I don't know. It sounds really interesting to me. Like the
It does
idea of
sound
being able
interesting.
to integrate it into streams or games or other types of software, anything that uses music or whatever. It's just I don't know, cool, interesting little project, and it touches a lot of different things.
One thing I like about it is if your brother's already, or your sister, your cousin, or your son is already in the process of making a game right now, and if he could like test it for us while using
Oh
it,
yeah, yeah, totally. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's
like
true. Yeah, he's my 2 year old is like almost like he's like doing my 2 year old son is doing like simulation tests and stuff in Unreal. So like I mean he's very interested in it. So he would definitely provide audio for it along with us. So
yeah, that's valuable feedback from an actual like user, and it'll
right,
be
right, right. An actual developer user. Yeah.
yeah, it'll be very. I think it'll be a very like as opposed to us just like making assumptions like.
Right,
I
right,
think it'll
right.
be I think it'll be like a good
Test
prototype.
case. Yeah, prototype.
Yeah.
Yeah, and and if he doesn't do it, I just spank him. You know, bad boy. You better dev. Come on,
Get to it.
get to it, boy. Uh,
Okay.
yeah,
So for me, my homework is gonna be I'm just gonna like do a few tutorials, get used to it, and get a better understanding of how to possibly
yeah.
create a
Well, if
plugin or
so, if
library or
that if
whatever.
that is the case, um, well, I guess we just need to figure out if shared library like library versus service, if there's any difference there.
Yeah, yeah.
I guess if you load in a library, there's no communication layer, like you're accessing it directly in the program, right? And then it's doing the logic. So that's
Yeah, you'll
nice.
have
Then you
to
don't
like
need
yeah.
WebSockets.
That's that is so true. That is so true. If it's just a library, you can just you can it like provides the logic for you. All you gotta do is just run the
You just call the functions,
functions, I
right?
guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hmm.
That actually sounds better.
You think so? Yeah, like okay.
But then that'll be like, we gotta write. I don't know if you can. Sounds like you gotta write the libraries inside Unreal Engine itself, but maybe
No,
it's not that bad.
I don't think so. I think you can use a DLL so you could compile it from Go. I'd feel way more comfortable with Go versus
Oh, okay, okay,
I
okay.
believe yeah, let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see, I don't know if anybody's done this specifically. Can I make a Go DLL to use in Unreal Engine? This is so specific. It sounds like you can make it in C sharp, so I wouldn't see why you couldn't do it. Otherwise, the third party.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Can I create Golang Linux library,
Yeah, you can make a
Go
library on Linux,
module?
an SO or whatever.
Is it okay, yeah, let's do it then. I'm down for it, man. I think it'll be a good experience. Good experience.
Okay, and I
Shared
think
libraries
so. Yeah, I'll. Okay, yeah, you kind of look at Unreal if you want to. I mean, I can look at it if you want to, because I will. Like I said, I will be mess. I haven't installed it and done stuff with it yet, but I mean, if you want to look at it, sure, go ahead. And I'll look more at the like DLL versus system if we should use is Go the most, or no, probably C sharp is more comfortable for you, right? Or is Go, or are they both the same?
I've done C sharp professionally. I've done Go personally, and I think the total amount of time I've done both. I did more C sharp, but I'm down for Go. I have Go installed, so it's fine.
Okay. I mean, that's exclusively what I, or no, it's not. I'm doing a bunch of JavaScript right now, but other than JavaScript, Go is the only other whatever I'm doing. Not
Go,
super
go,
proficient
go,
with it,
go,
but
go.
I
Let's
gotta
get proficient.
I gotta get better with the channels, the parallelism stuff and channels. Um, and
Go
then
concurrency.
so I'm guessing for the streamers we would want to. I guess there's where we would make our Chromie or like our Electron app. That I wonder. So can you link a can you use DLL with Electron app? I would assume you could. How to call
I think
local DLL files in Electron app. Calling into a DLL in Electron is no different to calling into one in plain Node.js, which means you have two options, Node FFI or a native Node add-on that links with your DLL and exposes a JavaScript API. Doesn't sound too complicated. If you decide to create a native Node add-on, you will need to build it to target Electron. That sounds slightly more complicated, but yeah, this seems doable. Like, so to start, we would make the basic Go. We would make the basic logic in Go, and then that extra 10% where you're doing maybe basic UI stuff like settings and actually playing the audio is going to be Electron. And then if we want to do more with it and integrate it into game engine stuff, then we look at Unreal, and we probably want to look at Unity as well.
got it. Makes sense. That makes sense. So Go's the way.
Yeah, or I
Go
mean,
with Go.
or C sharp. I've never used C sharp myself though, but I'm pretty sure it's like some. I mean, it's similar to all these. Like,
I don't know if you can use C sharp. When I use C sharp, I had to develop in a virtual machine on Windows.
oh, I feel like that might be. When was that? What like was that like?
2014, 2013.
I feel like that's probably changed. I bet you can do C sharp, but I mean, it is really tough. I mean, I guess you have to have the whole .NET framework and stuff, which is pretty. I feel like you can probably do it on, but it's probably not as like, supported or whatever.
Yeah, it was not a. It was not. It was. It's actually not that bad, but for me it was bad because it was all through like a virtual machine. I don't have
Yeah,
a.
yeah, yeah.
I don't have Windows.
Can you do serious C sharp development on Linux or Mac? I do all development on Mac OS. For editors, you've got Visual Studio for Mac, VS Code, or my preference JetBrains Writer.
But can you run C sharp programs?
Mind you, you won't be able to develop for Windows desktop easily. No WPF, UWP, or WinForms. If you're doing CLI or ASP.NET, you're good to go.
Nah, man. I think Go is the way to go.
Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, that's the way to go. Go's the way to go.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we made a decision. Go is the way to go.
Yeah. Do we have our
I will.
to-do document? Let's see.
Yeah.
Where's okay. I'm following it again, and I don't. I always forget how to not follow you. Okay, maybe it.
Man, I've been holding this in. I've been holding this in for like. I usually do it on the mornings, you know.
What, you got a fart in there or something?
No, man, much more than that, man.
Oh, oh. Way more than that. We're talking about tangible, solid things here.
Good thing I'm an adult who can hold it.
All right, so left off. What do we left it make some? Oh, that's right. Okay, we actually were getting into like whatever, but now we're kind of resetting here, but okay,
Yeah.
okay. Look into look into Unreal / Unity integration, possibly small bit of C++ logic in editor as plugin, communicates via DLL or as a service, that in parentheses. Okay.
I need to brush up on my Go. Make sure it's installed.
That's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, yeah, Go's a pretty bare bones. They don't do a lot of extra stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I did the basic. Back then, I did the basic, all the tutorials. I did the. I even created my own web service with it using the HTTP, whatever the library.
Yeah.
And then
we probably only need to start off with. We probably actually want to kind of develop more on the Electron side, and just have the Go doing some kind of simple logic so we know that it can communicate properly with the DLL.
I see. Do those tests.
Yeah. All right. Use Go. Let's look at Unreal integration. Plug in. Use Go. Yeah, I mean, if we can get it to work, so I guess we'll just dive. I think we'll dive right into. Let's see if we can make a Go DLL that does something really simple, just
like play a sound.
Yeah, like to give a timestamp, right? To like maybe skips around the song. Something really simple that just has some kind of logic that we can make sure we can. I wonder like if we can just do a test where we can run it, or we could use the library in Electron and Unreal Editor.
Okay.
At the same time, and then we know. I mean, if that works,
it's possible.
Basic. I mean, that's the main hurdle we're not unfamiliar with.
It's possible, and it's reusable anywhere pretty much if it works.
Yeah. And then, I mean, since we're on Linux and Mac, we'll have to do it but I feel like if it works as an SO, I feel like if it works as an SO and we can get it, whatever, it'll work on Windows when we have to actually do that part of it.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
Use Go for DLL communicates. Use Go. Yeah, Go. I mean, Go is going to be the most the smallest footprint for sure that we would use. I guess this should go up here. Go for DLL, communicates via DLL or as a service. Integrate into Electron. Let's build Electron client. slash electron client plays audio. What is the game engine and Electron are going to, I guess, play audio and get the user's settings, I guess. Do settings UI. Handles audio. Does that make sense? The game engine
Yeah,
Electron and the Electron client handles audio and the UI settings UI.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Makes sense.
Is that all we talked about? Does that give us
so
enough?
Far? Yeah, good enough to think about for the week.
Yeah.
And then should be prepared for next week.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, I think we can. Yeah, we'll just jump right into trying to make a DLL run next week.
Okay.
All right. Well, found out I'm maybe a little bit gay, and that's about all we got done. But you know,
That's all that matters.
When's Pride Month? We missed that, didn't we?
If you have Pride, you have Pride months any month actually.
Wait.
But the actual Pride
it
month,
might actually be Pride. Wait, when
Pride.
is Pride? Did we?
Is there even a month? That's a really long
no, it
time
is.
for
We did it. Pride Month is June 1st to June 30th.
Oh, 2 more days.
That's a really long time to be gay. A whole month.
Oh my gosh. Good job, man. Good job, day. So bad.
Although we've also learned here that I don't have a particular amount of pride in my sexual endeavors, I guess. I don't feel it as a particularly prideful thing, but
I'm very prideful.
ooh, 7 deadly
Pride.
sin.
Pride month means so much.
I'm proud of my boy.
Okay. All right. I'm ing because
Because you got that
it's tough.
something
It's
knocking
tough,
on the
man.
back door.
It's tough. It is tough.
Tough
It is
to hold it in.
Got that sweat dripping down my face.
Wait, are you talking about because it's hot there, or because you gotta drop a load?
It's both, man. Both. It's both.
Whoa, there's nothing like a big sweaty dump. All right, well then we don't want pop to pop, so let's. I think there's a good stopping point. All right, let's close the stream.
Right.
Goodbye,
Nice.
Runtime Friends. It was
See you next time.
nice streaming with you. Stop stream.
Disassemble.
Runtime Friends, disassemble. Gay time friends, disassemble.
Pride month.